Hello, everyone, and welcome to the podcast for Young Forever, the Degrassi Season 13 Summer Finale. Tonight's episode was very memorable, very shocking, and had a lot of great moments. The opening funeral scene, very dark, very emotional. Great acting all around. It's definitely the kind of opening scene I would have hoped for in an episode like this. Seeing Bianca back was great. It felt like she never even left. Her interaction with everyone was just great. It was almost like, they didn't make a big deal, obviously, that she was back, and she was just there, and it felt natural, and it was great. Dallas and Becky, I think that's a really good combination. I like them a lot together. Their scenes they're just great, I'd like to see more of them in the future. That could definitely be controversial with, if for some reason Dallas and Becky ever wanted to date, and Drew, might be upset that Dallas is going out with, the person who Adam loves. So there definitely could be a storyline in that. And, and seeing Becky just makes me think of Luke, her brother. I forgot his name, actually, and I had to look it up before I did the podcast. He doesn't even get mentioned. He's not in the episodes anymore. He's gone. Just another character that I guess has vanished into the Bermuda Triangle. Connor, once again, in this episode was great. He had his comment about the people who like funerals and his list of people and all that, a dark comedic moment in a time where, comedy or laughter is needed to lighten the mood. So I definitely like that scene a lot as well. I liked when, Jenna and all them were talking about how we barely knew Adam, and, it's a great comment since most people often wonder why certain people are around in certain episodes and, in certain stories and stuff, and they're like, well, they're just throwing characters together just because, but it's kind of like the writers were acknowledging, that these people don't really know Adam, but they're coming together, to help out people, who do know Adam, their friends who know Adam, and they're coming together and, to show support for this terrible situation that, is affecting so many people. Luke had incredible acting tonight. There's so many scenes, I would go through and list off every time he was on camera, from the final scene where he was, saying his goodbye or not his goodbye to Adam at Becky's, get-together, or when he was watching the memorial video on the streets, walking around, or after, Dave had a comment about has anything exciting been going on, and Drew just has a breakdown. So many scenes, absolutely incredible. Luke was phenomenal, and watching this episode was almost more it was, I think, more painful than last week's episode, and I think it is one of the most emotional episodes in the history of the series. Without a doubt, it is extremely close to the top. It's going to be one of those episodes where you look back and just absolutely tear-breaking. And smaller parts of the episode, stuff with Eli and Claire. Claire's better, or for now anyways. Great scene in terms of acting and everything with her mom and Eli, and I still do not believe that Claire is going to be okay. I thought that something was going to happen when she went back to Degrassi, when she snuck out, because they made sure to include, the germs, and they're talking about the germs and all that, but then she got lucky, but then again tonight, they once again echoed those warnings about, Eli said no hugging, you can't, Claire was worried about that, so I don't know exactly what is going to go on with Claire, but I don't think she's completely out of the woods yet. Every time, she gets some good news, there's always like a caution that comes with it. But even if nothing does happen, it's still, great writing in terms of the writers that they're at least acknowledging that, when someone does have cancer, there's always a chance that something could go wrong and, it could happen and come back. So whatever happens with Claire, I do like the way that they are at least setting up for the potential, which is the correct way to do this storyline, and I am still loving the storyline with Claire. So this was the end of our summer episodes. Overall, a pretty great group of episodes. They tried some new things with doing, there hasn't been many episodes that actually take place in the summer, and on top of that, not many episodes away from Degrassi, and on top of that, not many episodes in a different country. So it was, I appreciate them trying to do new things, even though they don't always, quite work out. I like that, they were trying. And, some of the episodes were among the series' worst. Maybe only one or two from a couple weeks ago, but some of them are with the series' best episodes as well. So, about an average, maybe a B plus for these episodes, somewhere around there. Definitely a lot of great moments, and I'm very excited to see, what's in store for the rest. How will Drew react? What kind of future is Claire going to have? And just seeing more interactions, of course, with the new characters, Miles and Chewie, Zoe, and all of them, and just seeing the characters that we love every week. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening to the podcast. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you have any comments, you can leave them on the YouTube video page. And I will talk to you all in October.